It is October 11, 2019. It is live streaming. We're gonna be live streaming and talk about BTC. You know, and then the price action we just got like the last 24 hours. We're also gonna talk about Litecoin, Ripple XRP, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum. Okay. So before we get started, let's just remind you guys, you can join our public group, public Telegram group. The link is under the description. If you want to upgrade to the premium member, send me an email or you know, send me a message, and then I'll give you the link to the Discord channel. So Bitcoin, when we talk about this correction last time, we said that Bitcoin could be dropping down to like a 73 to 72 level, right? You can see but Bitcoin give us a big fake out and then give us a big push. We were looking at that. We were basically looking at this falling wedge in this area, and then we said like, okay, you know, we could be dropping down and retest 73 to 74, but Bitcoin did like a nice fake out, got a big rejection just about like the 200 MA and then the 21 EMA in this range. So we got stopped exactly at 8800. So where can we expect like the next drop, or where can we expect like Bitcoin to pull back, at least for the short term? So when you take a look at the 15 minutes, the 15 minutes time frame is kind of like a very undecided. We could get a Bart Simpson on the lower time frame, right? We could get this Bart Simpson and pull back like to 50% to 0.618 in this range, which is roughly you know, 85 to 87 range. So if you're short in BTC, you don't want to put any of your stop loss in this range. So you want to put your stop loss away from like this level of these fib levels, okay? Basically 86, 87, and 85. So you don't want to put your stop loss. Put your stop loss way above like you know, 88. So the trend is extremely bearish, and I told you guys we're waiting for this big move to give us a nice signal of a short position, but we have to get out of this area of you know, 83 to 82. Okay, 83 to 82. Our target was like 83 to 82, so basically we hit our target exactly, and then we started shorting like 85.50 to 86.50. okay, but with a tight stop loss. So you know, stop loss wasn't hit. So BTC, we put stop loss like at above 88 with a low leverage, and then stop loss wasn't hit. Basically like a drop back down to you know, lower level of target. So let me take a look at the chat room, see if you guys have any question before, you know, we talk about the bigger time frame. When you take a look at the bigger time frame, guys, it is quite interesting. I said it last time during our, you know, our public live stream. I said it exactly. You have to pay attention to 1.4. okay, when you take a look at it, 1.4 to 1.2 fib level, 1.4 to 1.27 fib level in this area, BTC came down exactly and retest the same exact level we've been looking for, which is like a 78 over 78 to 79 in that range. So it is quite interesting. It all depends like where you want to put your bottom. If your bottom going to be like roughly 91 or 92, but we got the support exactly at 1.27. so if that's the case, we could be expecting another you know, another 1.27 pullback. Okay, another 1.27 support. So you take your fib retracement from, you know, from 78 up to like 88. You can see exactly we've been looking for the 72 to 74 range. Exactly, it's going to be 1.27 to 1.41. It's not a secret. You can go and use it, and then you know, it works for most crypto, you know, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, all of them. You know, we hit our target, but just based on these fib you know, fib levels of 1.27 and 1.41. So basically in the medium term, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we could be expecting like BTC to drop down to this area. Okay, but in the meantime, right, don't be you have to just be very careful. Either we can get a, you know, a bear flag just like this and then push back up to 74 to 75, just like the 12k level. Okay, you can see the 12k level in this area. Most of you guys pretty familiar with this level. Okay, myself, I got a big fake out in this area because, you know, as soon as we broke this area, I was going long, and then, you know, we got the drop. I just got out, and then, you know, look for the retest of the basically of the 0.786, okay, before the drop. So we shorted exactly also at, you know, roughly around like you know, 12k, and then 11.6. So again, 11.6 was in this area. So we could be making the same pattern. I don't expect like BTC to drop like a very aggressively down to 7,200. It's going to take you know, its time to drop. I don't think it's going to be dropping like a dropping very heavily. The volume is decreasing, so it is a good sign. Like the, you know, the selling pressure could be, you know, could be slowing down. Okay, the volume is decreasing, but it doesn't mean like we're going to like to the moon, 9k, 10k, stuff like that. It's just going to be a another correction just for the, you know, for the short term. Hey, what's up, Kelly? What's up, Spencer? What's up, KFO? So that's what we're looking for, at least for the short term. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame. When you take a look at the weekly, you know, we got a big drop already. And if you watch my, you know, one of my last public live stream, I told you like, you know, the most I'm expecting for BTC this week gonna be like 88, and we hit like 88 or 9 on BYBIT exactly. And 88 is not a secret. If you take a look at the 6 hour, before we talk about the weekly, take a look at the 6 hour. That's the only time frame, guys, I've been talking about, like since like BTC since we got this big push to the upside, like 8100. I was telling you we have to pay attention to the 100 EMA, because that's the only time frame you know, we got like the 100 EMA above the price. Okay, everything else below the 6 hour, you know, everything below like a 6 hour, the 100 EMA is above the you know, the 100 EMA is below the price. Okay, so the 100 EMA we needed to pay attention was this one, and that's where we got the rejection. So, and we talked about this since BTC was like, since like we got this big pullback, I mean a big pullback, and started moving above the 100 EMA. Okay, so it is quite interesting. Okay, so you just have to pay attention to these moving averages, depending which one you're comfortable with. Okay, the weekly, quite interesting. You know, the bulls still in control when you take a look at the weekly, but the bears still in control of the, you know, the overall trend. You know, they got the overall trend, but these guys, you know, the bulls, they got like the, you know, the first 5 days of the week, right? Monday to Friday. So we got 2 more days to go, and I don't think this weekly candle going to be red at all. So I don't expect this weekly candle to be red. We got like triple bottom just about this area of the 100 EMA, the weekly 100 EMA. We cannot break it. So most people are looking for you know, basically to drop down to 7,200, but it's going to be very, very tough to break this 100 EMA, the weekly 100 EMA. So let's not be too bearish, otherwise you know, we could be very surprised. Okay, BTC can surprise you in a big way, right? So let's take a look at the monthly time frame. We haven't talked about the monthly for quite a while now. Bitstamp, roughly. But the 100 EMA is kind of, it is kind of a little bit you know, let's see, it is kind of like when you use Binance, right? You can see the 100 EMA, the weekly 100 EMA is you know, is supporting the price, but when you use a Bitstamp, it gives you like a different pricing. So but it should be the same. I don't know why Bitstamp and Binance. Okay, I don't know why Bitstamp and Binance, because the last 100 weeks is supposed to be the same. You know, it doesn't matter which exchange you use. It's supposed to be the, you know, the last 100 weeks, right? So let's see. But Bitstamp, the 100 weekly EMA on Bitstamp, it is not even it's not anywhere around like us, you know, anywhere around like a 83. It is roughly around like a 68. So it is quite interesting, because 6800, you take a look at it, it's gonna be like if you take your daily time frame, they both got the 200 moving average, but they don't have the same weekly. So you take a look at 68 on the line graph. I mentioned it last time. 6800 gonna be on the line graph. 6800 gonna be 68 to 69, right? It is gonna be at 0.618. So you just have to pay attention to that, because I don't know, I have to take a look at it again why the weekly 100 EMA on Bitstamp is not at 83 but at 68. I have to take a look at it why. But on the since like it is at 68, we just have to pay attention to it, because if like we break the 100 EMA on Binance, we most likely going to retest the 68, okay, which is roughly around like our target of 72 on the medium term, right? In the medium term. So I'm not looking for 72 like the next, in October or something like that, right? But if you get it in October, it's fine, but I'm not looking for BTC to retest like a 7200 till like maybe early November, something like that, right? So going back to the weekly, we just have to pay attention, guys. We just have to pay attention to the weekly time frame. This 69 to 68, we have to pay clear attention to it, okay? Have to pay clear attention to it. And if we break it, we have to go by the Trololo trend line. The Trololo trend line right now, it is roughly around like a 50 to 100, and hopefully the Trololo trend line gonna be supporting the price, and then we can get a big rebound from the Trololo trend line, okay? The Trololo trend line, it is right now 51.93, which is roughly 53, and it is going to be which is roughly 52, and it is going to be it's going to be roughly around like a $57 by $5,700 by mid-December to late December. So hopefully before then, BTC is going to be stabilizing, and then we're going to get the necessary support right around the Trololo trend line, and then get the move to the upside. All right. So if you guys don't have any question, I'm going to talk about Ethereum, Ripple XRP, EOS, and LITECOIN. So let's move on to the monthly first. So the monthly time frame is still not looking good at all for the for BTC. You can see like the volume on the monthly, we haven't talked about it for a while, right? The volume on the monthly is decreasing. It doesn't matter which exchange you're going to be using. If you're using like regular exchanges, it's you're definitely going to see like a decreasing in volume. So you can see right now we got a decreasing in volume. At some point we only like that's Binance, and we only got like we got like almost over 2 weeks to go, and then the current volume is roughly like 500,000. So we're definitely gonna get another 500,000 before end of the month. But how it's gonna affect the price action, that's that's gonna be very interesting. Right now we're sitting on the 21 EMA on the monthly, been supporting the price. The first drop we got like from 14K. The first push we got from 14K was like right from the 21 EMA on the monthly. You can see we dropped exactly back to the 21 EMA on the monthly. So hopefully like basically gonna try to sustain this 21 EMA before end of the month, and then we can get the follow through. But it really doesn't matter, like most people are looking for like a lower prices. So you only got like 3 people looking for BTC to go like to like a 10K and 14K, stuff like that. And we've been calling for BTC dropping down to the low 7,000 since like BTC was like a 13,000 $, stuff like that, right? So keep an eye on the monthly time frame. So breaking like a 7,800 is very important. It's not just like BTC is getting support from 7,800, but 7,800, you take a look at it, it is 50% pullback. It is exactly at the 21 EMA on the monthly, and at the same time, it is exactly like the 200. It is below the 200-day moving average, okay? And we just got rejection from 8,800. So 7,800 is very, very important, okay? It's very important. As soon as we break it, it's gonna be very tough for BTC to push back up above 7,800, okay? Above 7,800. So let's take a look at the Ethereum next. When you take a look at Ethereum, we got a rejection roughly around like the 100 EMA on the daily. Ethereum was making a nice channel, and then we talked about this channel like even before Ethereum like started to push back up, and we said like we have to pay attention to this area of 193 to 197, right? And if we break it, we could be looking for like a 211, but we didn't even break it. And this drop is pretty significant for Ethereum. It's not like a small drop, it's very significant. So, and you can see like whenever Ethereum give you like this type of drop, like in this range, we got the same type of drop. You can see how the trend is reversing. Okay, we got the same. This one wasn't big enough, but it's just like multiple, you know, red candles. So, and the push was too vertical, so the drop is pretty nasty. But this one is pretty significant, guys. Even though we're getting a, you know, green candle, we could push back up, right, up to like even 185, stuff like that, 190, but still bearish. Okay, it is still bearish because, you know, you don't want to, definitely you don't want like Ethereum to going up to the, going up just like this. Okay, it's not going to be healthy. The drop going to be very nasty. So the best thing for Ethereum right now I'm looking at is like Ethereum to pull back in this range, okay, and get a support right around like a right around like a 152 again, okay, before even moving to the upside. But if like we break this 150 level, you just have to take your fib retracement, take a look at it, and look for your 1.27 to 1.41, which is roughly around like a 133 to 123. And we've been talking about these prices like, you know, for a long time right now, but just because you're not getting Ethereum at 133 doesn't mean like it's not going to drop, okay? And we've been calling for Ethereum to drop since Ethereum was like 286, guys, to roughly around this area, 286 in this area. We said that Ethereum is going to be dropping down, okay? So keep an eye on Ethereum, like making further correction in this range of 130 to 120, okay? 130 to 120. But in the meantime, just be careful for another pushback. If BTC is pushing back up to like a 85 to 87 range, Ethereum definitely can push back up to 190. So it is holding very strong, unlike BTC, right? It is holding very strong. So let's take a look at EOS. EOS is also holding very strong. I'm very surprised about EOS. The drop, BTC drop, you know, almost 600 points, right? But EOS is holding very strong this trend line. You know, we haven't seen like a nasty sell-off yet, right? A nasty sell-off yet. So, and the R side on the daily, it is still bullish, okay? It is still bullish, right? Even though like it is corrective, this move is very corrective, but the R side is still bullish, all right? So we just have to be, we just have to pay attention for EOS. But you know, if like we break this trend line, I'm looking for a 0.618, which is 275, and then after that we could look for another retest of like a 260 and so on, okay? But as long as we break this a major trend line and then like go back to support level of a 250 to 245, the next level you're going to be looking for is roughly like a $2 to $2.20. So these are the two major level of you know, price action you want to pay attention from EOS, okay? Other than that, we just have to pay attention to the 100-day moving average, the 100 EMA, which is roughly around like a $4. I don't think we're gonna hit it. Maybe like let's take a look at the 12-hour. Okay, on the 12-hour, yes, we could definitely get the same type of fake out BTC just gave us and retest like this purple line, which is the 100 EMA, which is currently at $3.4, okay, $3.4, okay, 340 basically, $3.4. $3.40. So keep an eye on this moving average, because Ethereum got a, you know, rejection from this 100 EMA, but BTC got the, you know, rejection from the 100 EMA, but 21 EMA actually BTC, but EOS, you know, we haven't seen any major moving average like rejecting the price, okay? So we just have to pay clear attention to that. I'm very bearish, but the move was pretty nasty, so you cannot be extremely bearish after like a 600 point drop from BTC. So you cannot be extremely bearish. So, but we took profits, and then you know, and see like if this is going to be dropping to 8150 to 8100 in that range. But we just took like a partial profits, right? Partial profits. So let's take a look at LITECOIN next. LITECOIN, let's take a look at the daily. Okay, LITECOIN is one of the weakest right now, and I don't even think like if BTC like try to push to the upside, I don't know if LITECOIN going to be able to push strongly to the upside, right? Because you can see like we're getting this, but you know, you can say like we're getting the same type of rejection on the daily, the 21 EMA. Okay, BTC getting rejected from the 21 EMA, LITECOIN is getting rejected from the 21 EMA on the daily, same type of rejection. But LITECOIN is just, it is just bearish, man. It's I don't see anything bullish on LITECOIN except like the R side looking like very decided. Okay, it's very decided, and we can get, you know, this big move to the upside, and it could like trigger some euphoria, and people are going to be calling for another bull run. Okay, but even if LITECOIN try to push back up to like a 65 to $70 in this range, it's still going to be bearish. Okay, it's still going to, you know, it's just going to be, you know, a correction. We could make a flat correction in this range. So that's why I don't think like, you know, the drop to you know, 6K 5K going to be so easy like most people are anticipating. Okay, we could get a flat correction in this range, in this area. So this could take like a forever. Okay, this could take forever. So let's take a look at a Ripple XRP. Ripple XRP, we talked about it like you know, we got a we could get this flat correction from Ripple XRP. We could get this you know, correction from Ripple XRP, this move. We could get this move and then a further drop. Okay, so looking at Ripple, right, even though we anticipate Ripple to drop back down to like a 26 to 27 and then a possible drop down to 24, we're still holding this trend line. Okay, the trend line still holding the price. So if like we break this yellow line, which is the 21 EMA on the daily, we could be looking for like a 24 cents. Okay, which is like 0.618. This line right here is 0.618. Our side still bullish, right? It's not that bearish. Okay, even though like we got this drop, basically drop like, you know, almost 600 points, 500, 600 points. You know, Ripple is still holding very strong. We did not break like the 21 EMA on the daily. We basically got a support from the 21 EMA, while BTC getting rejected by the 21 EMA. So it is still looking good. So let's see what type of a reaction Ripple gonna be you know, gonna be getting. But I wouldn't short Ripple until like we break this 21 EMA on the daily. Okay, it is currently at 26.5. I wouldn't be shorting Ripple until we break it. Okay, until we break it. Other than that, wait till like, you know, it turns extremely bullish and then retest like the 200 moving average, the 200 MA, and then you can short it, which is roughly around like a 33. But right now Ripple is not a, you know, something you want to mess with basically. Okay, either you stay on the sideline, wait till it get wicks, you know, it get like a, you know, very weak, you short it, you know, or you just go long and, you know, try to long it, but you have to get out. You know, it's not tradable basically. I wouldn't touch Ripple at all basically. I wouldn't touch it. This area is not profitable. You don't want to trade Ripple in this area unless you're scalping. Yes, you can, you know, long Ripple up to like this 100 EMA actually at 29 cents and then get out, which is a good, you know, 8 to 7%. But beside that, if you want to like hold it for like a week or 2 weeks, stuff like that, it's not tradable. Okay, it's not tradable. Okay, the best thing to do is like either wait for this this move to 33 cents and short it, or wait till like it breaks this area of 21 EMA and you short it. Okay, those are the two scenarios for Ripple, but I wouldn't touch it right now. I wouldn't touch Ripple right now. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash. That's Bitcoin Cash ABC looking very Bitcoin Cash ABC. It is double bottoming. It's you know, that's the move I've been talking about, like regarding BTC. If like we drop back down to 78, we could make this 3-wave move before, you know, dropping further. But we just have to be careful. This is also like a parallel channel in this area, and then Bitcoin Cash could rebound in this area and even give us another move before dropping further. But I think, like, you know, we have tested this area like a multiple time, almost like you know, 6-7 times. If like we, you know, drop back down, drop to this area again, and don't get like the necessary volume, the volume is pretty low. It's no such like a volume even like to push the price up. If you don't get the the necessary volume to push the price to the upside, and try to get some rejection right around like the 100 EMA, it's going to drop very nasty. Okay, it's going to drop very nasty, and you could be looking for roughly around like a 0.022. Okay, 0.022 BTC, which is roughly 17 to 12% drop. Okay, but since BTC is going to be expecting BTC at least to pull back, this is very possible for basically Bitcoin Cash to break this area. But let's just be careful. Okay, you want to short it after it breaks it. You don't want to short it while it is going down to that area. Okay, you don't want to short it. It is too close to the area of support. You just have to wait till when you get a bearish signal, and then you short it down to a 10% drop. Okay, 10% drop. That's versus BTC. Okay, that's versus BTC. So let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash, BCH. So Bitcoin Cash right now, it is making the same move as the LITECOIN. You can see, like, even though we got rejected from the 21 EMA, the RSI is still looking very very aggressive. Okay, the RSI is looking very aggressive. That's the first retest, so it could go back and retest it just about this area and attempt to break it. So even though I'm extremely bearish on Bitcoin Cash, we just have to watch this channel. Okay, we could make a nice channel in this area, and we try to like go back to like a 250 or so before even before sliding down. So the RSI is not giving us any sign of weakness. Okay, it's not giving us any sign of weakness versus the dollar. Even versus BTC, it's not even that weak. You just have to be extremely cautious if you short it versus BTC. But versus the dollar, it's not that bad. Okay, it is 2 red days, but it's not that bad regarding the RSI also. So let me take a look at the chat room, see if you guys have any question. Hey, what's up, KFO? Thank you, San, for doing this live stream. Been in the space from June 2017. Thanks a lot, K4W. Thanks a lot, man, for your support. What price is good for Ethereum to buy more Ethereum? It all depends if you're looking for like the long term, right? If you're looking for the long term, I'm still extremely bearish on Ethereum, but it doesn't mean like Ethereum cannot get a big volume and make a big turnaround. So we bearish because like the current market state, and then you just have to analyze the market as you see it, right? You just don't like say, oh, I like Ethereum and I think Ethereum going to be going to like 1500. Yes, I want Ethereum to go to 1600, but right now we don't have any if you take a look at the daily, even the weekly, it's worse. Okay, it's worse. So you take a look at the weekly, the weekly time frame. You take a look at the RSI. The RSI is just making a corrective move like this. Okay, that's a corrective move on the RSI, and then you could be anticipating this drop. All right, you could be anticipating this drop. You can see the weekly. You do not want to mess like with these red candles like this. Okay, you don't want to mess with these red candles. They're pretty bearish. Okay, they're pretty bearish, especially after a drop. You could argue, yes, we got one in this area, and then we make this move, and took it like to almost like a $400. Yes, but the current state of the market is very different. BTC is dropping, right? The rest of the market is dropping, and we're moving. We just got rejection from this 21 EMA. That's the second rejection. Okay, that's the second rejection we're getting, so it's pretty significant, and you have to take it very seriously. We have to take it very seriously. But I don't think like it is a good time to be buying Ethereum for the long term. You could at least wait for a double bottom. Okay, you could at least wait for a double bottom. for Ethereum to retest like roughly around like $100 to like $80 in this range, okay, before you try to like be bullish with Ethereum, okay. Other than that, you could wait at least like till we break the 21 EMA, you know, and you give it a shot, okay. As soon as we break this 21 EMA, which is roughly around like $200, and close on the weekly time frame, close above the 21 EMA, you could argue, okay, we get you know, I'm gonna give it a shot. We're moving below the 21 EMA, just about this area, like back in April 1st. You to give it a shot all the way up to you know, to you know, double top or so. But as long as we're moving below the 21 EMA on the weekly, I'm not gonna be bullish on Ethereum, okay. All right, guys, let's take a look at Matic. Matic been going crazy recently, and if you guys know, I'm pretty okay, that's Matic. Weekly doesn't look bad, kind of like you know, kind of like what BTC just did on the lower time frame. We just got these big 2 moves to the upside. One thing you can expect, right? I'm starting to be bearish. One thing you can expect, we got this 3-wave move. That's not like a that's just corrective from this entire wave. This is just corrective. So we could anticipate either a double top right around like a 220 in that range before, you know, before seeing like some correction. And as soon as we get you know the correction, we're gonna update the price. And I think we talked about Matic like in today's you know, private live stream. We said like we got this move, and then we could be correcting up to this area, okay, up to like a 220 in that range. So that's a max I would expect, at least for the short term. But this move is just corrective, okay. It is just corrective. It is just it looks corrective. It's nothing it is bullish, but it is too vertical to be long in Matic right now. It cannot go up like this forever, right? So it has to do this, okay. It has to pull back 50% to 0.618, give you another double top. You know, if the volume is strong enough, you can see the type of volume we got back in like May. You see how Matic was like 5,000 BTC, something like that, man. Back in May, it was incredible. Okay, we're not gonna you know, we're not getting that type of volume. So even this volume we got like previously, right around like August, is bigger than the current volume we're getting. So I wouldn't be holding on Matic like forever right now, guys. So I wouldn't be holding on Matic forever. So other than that, if you're trying to you know, look for a rebound for Matic, look for like a 175 to 176, which is a 21 EMA. Could be supporting the price. I don't have the 50. Let's take a look at the 50. The 50 is way back like a 150, okay, way back at 150. So the 21 EMA is you know, the best, you know, actually right now the best moving average to pay attention regarding Matic to get a support from the 21 EMA on the 4 hour, okay, on the 4 hour. On the daily, we got the crossover 21 and 100. You could call it bullish, but it is too overextended. It is very overextended, and you have to be careful with these wicks, okay. This type of candle, you have to be careful. It doesn't mean like Matic cannot go up, but as soon as you get these candles, like, you know, this one in this area, we got another one in this area, you can see that the trend reverse, okay, and it's going to be very tough to break it, okay. It's going to be very tough to break those type of wicks. We got the same wick like right around, I think like 500, 700, 600, you know, 600 range. We got the same type of rejection, okay, back in May, late May, and we're getting the same type of candle again. All right, so pay clear attention to Matic and not try to long it right now. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. Hopefully, you know, I covered all the coins you guys wanted to talk about, and then if you're interested in the you know, public group, make sure to join by clicking the link under, you know, under the description. If you're interested in joining the premium member for this daily analysis and price target, you know, send me a private message and I'm gonna send you the link to the Discord channel. All right, guys, thank you for watching.